guys, Chad here, and welcome again to my YouTube channel. If you like this video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up and also subscribe. And so today I'm going to share something very special with you guys. So since it's the Easter weekend and something you can do with the family, we're going to do acrylic pour painting. So if you guys haven't done acrylic pour painting before, you're in for a treat. So I want to go over the things I want to use first. So you kind of want to lay down some trash bags just for safety, just so you're not getting paint everywhere as you're making the canvases. You want just like a plastic container that we're going to use to hold the canvas. You're going to use some paper towels, some plastic cups, tape. We're going to use all of our colors of our acrylic paint. We're going to use some wooden stirrers, some pouring medium, and 8x10 canvases. As you can see, I'm in my garage. So I'm in my garage just because I want to be in a safe area where I don't mind getting dirty. You can do it in the house or wherever you like, just as long as you're being clean. So first, we're going to take our plastic container, and I mentioned tape before, and so the reason why we're going to do the tape is because we want something that's going to hold the 8x10 canvases. So I'm going to just create a holding place that's going to be for the plastic container. Set this aside, we're going to use this later whenever we use our 8x10 canvases. Next, you're just going to put some gloves on just to protect your hands so you're not getting paint embedded into your fingernails, on your skin, and it makes it difficult later to wash it all off. So what takes the longest is actually prepping the acrylic paint. So what you want to do is get your plastic cups, pick out what your favorite colors are, and what we have to do is actually mix the acrylic paint with our pouring medium, because the acrylic paint is too thick to actually do acrylic pour painting. So we want to use that pouring medium to make the consistency of the acrylic paint a little bit more watery. So you guys will understand what I mean here when we start mixing our paint. So this is like one of my favorite colors here is the turquoise. You can get this paints anywhere, Walmart, any type of craft store. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take the cap off, and I'm gonna go ahead and pour all the paint into my cup here. And see how the paint's coming out? It's really thick, but it's too thick to do the acrylic pour paint, because if we were to put all of this thick paint on the canvas, it wouldn't spread the way we need it to. So next, we want to add our actual pouring medium. So we're gonna pour just enough in to really create a nice consistency in there. So you kind of want it to be a little bit more liquidy than honey. So I'm just gonna pour just a little bit in there and take my stirring stick here and start stirring until I feel that the consistency is watery enough. So you can usually tell whenever you take the stick and it runs off like honey. So you can tell it's just a little bit too thick still. So I am going to pour in a little bit extra pouring medium. So now you can see how it's really pouring off the stick a little bit more liquidy. And that's what you're looking for. So this will be our first color that we use. So I'm going to do this for all the colors in their own separate plastic cups. Picked out all my favorite colors, and I'm just going to go through one more time and make sure all the pouring medium is good, all the consistency is good, everything is that honey texture, and it's running off the stick there pretty nicely. Alright, so now that we've compiled all of our colors, what we're going to do is take one cup, and we're going to start pouring all of our colors in that one cup. So let me show you what I mean here. You guys can do this however you'd like, but I'm just going to mix and match my colors just like this. So I'm going to put in some turquoise blue, I'm going to put in some pink, I'm gonna put in some yellow. And what you wanna do is just really layer the acrylic paints like this in one cup. ready to start our first canvas. And remember when we created the container with the tape around it? So this is what this is for, to be able to just hold it just like that. So when we pour the paint, it'll all be able to just fall down into the container. So here we go. So now, once you put all the paint on the canvas, you're just gonna start sliding it around like this. And you can see how it's really changing into that marble look. And you can just keep rotating it around so you get the look that you want. So over here, I can kind of see I got too much black, so I'm gonna let some of that black slide off. And then you just keep shimmering all of that paint around until you get the whole canvas completely covered. And let it come down over the sides as well. See how I got the sides there? Well, it turned out really nice. All right, so you can kind of just touch up the corners here with your fingers. But as you can see, this turned out really beautifully. You can see it looks like a marble. You can see all those colors that we added. So I would say that this canvas turned out really well. And so this is one technique that you can use, is just to pour it in like that. So I'm gonna lay this over here to dry. So we have a lot of paint left over, so I'm gonna take another canvas and we're gonna see what we can do the second time. So you can do different strategies. So for the first one, I kind of just poured it right in the middle, but this time I'm gonna do like a zigzag. Okay, and then now you're just gonna take the canvas and just start shimmying it around. So you can see a lot of the black left from the first time. So now this looks more Eastery. We've got some pinks, we have some yellows and some turquoise blue that looks really nice. And if you find that your paint isn't coming down all the way, you can add just a little bit more there in the corner. And that's gonna help you fill up that corner. All right, so I'm just letting the paint finish up coming in that last corner there, kind of shimmering everything around, making sure I get all the edges covered, get it all patched up there in the corners and the edges. And I think we're done with this one. And there we go. So I ran out of paint on the first cup, so I'm gonna go ahead and make a brand new batch of the colors. If you OPN, engaging you's on my agenda. Request my chariot, get ya. The door's OPN. Take the hot road and hop in. First impression, you OPN. We should be closer than friends. If you OPN, engaging you's on my agenda. Request my chariot, get ya. The door's OPN. Take the hot road and hop in. So I'm gonna grab another. I really like the pack of 10 that you can get because you can just keep going with the different designs. You don't have to stop at just one. And you can get different sizes too. And if you get a little bit of paint on there, that's okay as well. So here we go. Let's start again. So this time I'm gonna go like in a circular pattern. All right, see what we got here. So see, there's a lot of black, so I'm gonna kind of stretch it out as much as I can to get those other colors to show. This kind of looks like the galaxy. And it's cool because you really never know what you're gonna get in the end, so it's always fun to like see how it's all gonna turn out. Try to get this last corner here and just let all the paint come down to that corner. Gonna touch up the little edges here. And there's our third one. So I'm gonna make my fourth canvas. So I noticed on the third one, a lot of black came out, and I noticed that all the black came out because I put it in last, so it was all on top. So I got rid of a lot of that black. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of red because I noticed there wasn't enough red like I would like. So I'm gonna put some of that in there. And then I'm gonna start with my next canvas here and see how that turns out. And this time I'm gonna do like a shimmying technique. You can see all those colors just coming out just like that. Let's see what we got here. It's definitely a lot of pink this time. Here's our fourth acrylic pour paint. I got my fifth and final canvas, and I really want to see some red this time, so let's see if we can get that to come out. All right, let's see what we got here. So I'm just going to touch up the edges here. So it looks like some of the red is showing through, but not as much as I'd like, but it's still beautiful. And we are done. And that is acrylic pour painting. So this is acrylic pour painting. I hope you all enjoyed. If you guys end up doing it, please let me know, and let me know in the comments which was your favorite painting. If you haven't, please give me a thumbs up on the video, and please subscribe. Let me know if you guys want to see other videos like this, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.